Welcome back to Sports for Casuals. I think this is episode 10 of the sports show, and I'm super excited for today's episode. We have a lot to go over. We're going to talk college football playoffs. We're going to recap the past weekend that we had. We're also going to talk some of the big matchups for this weekend in college football and then NFL. Of course, we got to recap this crazy NFL weekend we just had. And we also have to go talk about next week. We have some big matchups like Eagles, Packers we're going to discuss. So we are going to do all of that. It's going to be a very fun episode. And of course, my favorite segment of the day, Dogs of the Week, my bad. We're going to go to Dogs of the Week at the end of the show, and it's going to be a super fun episode. If you guys are new here, make sure to click that subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. Also, make sure to like this, share this, comment, interact with me. That'd be much appreciated. But let's get into the show, man. Let's get into the show. Starting off hot. We're going to start with some college football, obviously. We start with college football first. Not really going to discuss basketball until the end of football season. I feel like that's when basketball starts to heat up. We'll talk about it here and there. College basketball just started. I have like 3 futures bets for it. I have Houston to win the national championship. I have Michigan State, and I took Alabama. Those are my 3 swings in the dark. I mean, Houston I bet a good amount on because I'm confident in Sampson getting a championship before he retires. I think that I'm going to bet that every single year. And those other 2 teams have a lot of talent. Now, we're going to talk college football. I just wanted to tell you guys who I bet on to win the national championship for college basketball, but we got to talk some football, man. You guys know, if you guys have watched the show consistently, the Miami Hurricanes are my team. I'm a Hurricanes fan through thick and thin. I love the Miami Hurricanes. That's my team. And this week was disappointing, man. You know, you lose to Louisville. You beat Stanford after you struggle in a half. And then you come out there and you come out very, very, very passive-aggressive against SMU, and you don't look very good. I mean, we made a ton of plays. We had many of chances to win the ball game, and the Hurricanes just could not do it. They could just not do it. And unfortunately, with the turnovers, with the penalties, the undiscipline, the Hurricanes lost. And they are most likely eliminated from the playoffs unless chaos happens in the ACC and everyone in front of them loses. So it was a good year for the Hurricanes. Hopefully they can get to 10 wins. But the Hurricanes definitely have struggled. And it's kind of sad to think about because they're one of the more talented teams in the country, but it's self-inflicted wounds at the end of the day. If you guys follow my TikTok, I went over a whole breakdown on it. So pretty much I will say the Hurricanes are passive-aggressive. They don't run enough plays. They try and control the game. They do not break the game open and end the game. They try and just hang around and make the games close because they feel more comfortable. Teams take away their run game, which is supposed to be their bread and butter, and they make the quarterback make the plays. And more times than not this season, that has not gone the Hurricanes' way. Now, 4 games left. They can still finish with 10 wins. That's another positive season. That'd be back-to-back 10-win seasons, which is good. It's a step in the right direction. But with the amount of talent that the Hurricanes have, 2 top 10 draft picks that you're going to lose out on, it's rough. It is definitely rough because there's a lot of talent that won't be in the Miami uniform next year. So you want to take advantage of that while you have it. And unfortunately for the Miami Hurricanes, it just looks like that won't happen this year. Now, go on to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt got punched in the mouth to start this game. This game was a blowout, and then Texas kind of started to take their foot off the gas pedal. And Vanderbilt, you guys know them, Diego Pavia, they're all in all the time. They just kept going, they kept fighting, and eventually they actually gave themselves a chance. That onside kick was very, very catchable. If they catch that and go down and beat Texas, that would have been an insane comeback. But for everybody, Texas holds on. The onside kick goes out of bounds, and they survive at home. And now Texas is back. They are well within the playoff hunt. They have a couple games they have to win. They have to win some tough games. I mean, they play Georgia this week. That is going to be a crazier. No, they don't play Georgia this week. They play Georgia next week, I think. I think they're on a bye, if I am correct. We gotta go look at that. We gotta go look at that because sorry for messing that up, guys. But if I'm correct, they are on a bye, but then they will play the Georgia Bulldogs. And yeah, that is correct. November 15th, they will be playing the Bulldogs. So that is going to be a crazy, crazy game with big playoff implications. They also play Texas A&M, so they have to win probably those 2 games if they want to make the playoffs. So those are going to be crazy, 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 crazy games. Now, looking at Ohio State. Ohio State is interesting to me because Ohio State, we keep doubting them every week. I keep doubting them. I keep taking the other team against the spread, and Ohio State is just dominant. No team can mess with them. They are just physically imposing their will, and they look good. They have the defense. They have the offense. Julian Sain's getting more comfortable week in and week out. Jeremiah Smith is getting going. Cardinal Tate's getting involved. The defense, you see those guys making big-time plays. OSU is easily the team to beat right now, and they have potential to go back-to-back. I know it's crazy, but they are really that freaking good at football. They are really good at football, and it is going to be ridiculous. I'm excited to watch them play Indiana, hopefully in the Big Ten Championship, because that's going to be fireworks. Fireworks. But now, enough about last week. We'll get into this week. Off with a Big Ten matchup. We're going to do the Big Ten first. We have Iowa versus Oregon here. This is a very interesting game. Iowa is at home, and they are a team that I'm going to give a puncher's chance this week. I'm going to take Iowa. I think they have a very good defense, and I just don't know how good Oregon is. Their best win is versus who? Who's their best win versus? I know they wouldn't dominate Rutgers, but Iowa has a defense that can do a lot of damage, and also I feel like Iowa can take advantage of Oregon's defense. I feel like they can keep this game close, uncomfortable. It's going to be a very hostile environment. Give me the points here. I like Iowa in the spot. I'm doubting Oregon as much as it sucks. They gave Indiana a game, Iowa, I will say, and now I don't know, man. I think that Oregon can be susceptible to a spot where they get caught sleeping. So I'm going to take the Iowa Hawkeyes here. I like Iowa in the spot. Give me Iowa plus 7 points. Now, Penn State versus Indiana. We did it last week. We took Penn State. Very bad pick, in my opinion. They were covering all game long besides, 3 minutes, so it sucks. But we're going to ride with the Nittany Lions again. Penn State versus Indiana. We're taking Penn State here. I feel like plus 14.5, whatever the spread is. I like them. They're a talented team on paper. At home, they're going to get a boost. Everyone's going to be there. So give me Indiana here, or Penn State in the spot plus 14.5. I feel like they can keep it close. I think Indiana wins, but I feel like Indiana hasn't been pushed recently, and I feel like Indiana is going to get pushed here. You know, it's been a little while. They've been dominating. I feel like someone's going to hit them in the mouth, and we got to see how they're going to respond. I think that happens this week. Now, BYU Texas Tech. College game days there. It's going to be a big game. You look at this game, and you see a lot of different things. You see BYU, you see Bear Ballmeyer. I've been a big fan of BYU all season long. You've seen Texas Tech with their backup now starting quarterback, who was their starting quarterback, who became their backup. You see the running game. You see the receivers. I got to take Texas Tech, man. BYU wasn't even supposed to be in the spot to start with. But Texas Tech is the team. They're the team. If I'll be completely honest with you, I love BYU. They've been absolute wagon for me, and I'll be happy if they win, but Texas Tech has just been undeniably good, and I feel like Texas Tech at home is definitely going to be hostile. They're going to put Bear Ballmeyer in a bunch of uncomfortable spots. Even though BYU, I'm pretty sure, was on a bye last week, I just think that Texas Tech is the team right now. They have potential to break this game open in many different ways. We saw Iowa State put up a lot of points on BYU's defense. I think Texas Tech's offense is a lot better than than Iowa State. So give me Texas Tech here. I feel like them minus 10.5 points should be good for us. We'll take Texas Tech. Now, get to talk some SEC ball really quick. We got A&M Mizzou. A&M Mizzou is another intriguing game to me because you look at it and you see Mizzou without Bo Prevelia. You see Mizzou, the same team that lost to Vanderbilt, but dominated them all game long. Time possession, yards, red zone appearances. You see that. But I don't know, man. A&M just feels different. They just feel like there's something different about this team. They have a team, man. They have all the talent in the world. Marcel Reed is an insane player. I'm going to take A&M in the spot. I think that he can make some big-time plays. I feel like Mizzou can quit. I feel like Texas A&M should win this game by 21 points. They are one of the best teams in the country. They could be the best team in the country, so give me Texas A&M in the spot. Now, our last college football game that we will talk about this week is Georgia and Mississippi State. Now, Mississippi State has been a wagon again all year. They've covered, I think they're 8-1 against the spread, but now they're going into a hostile environment. Or no, they're hosting a good team. Their place is going to be rocking. The cowbells are going to be ringing. But, man, I just got to take Georgia here. I feel like Georgia's the better team. I feel like everyone knows that Mississippi State's 8-1 against the spread. I feel like Georgia has the chance to, make a statement. They've been kind of keeping these games close, but I feel like they have a chance to make a statement here versus a solid Mississippi State team. I feel like they can put up points. They should put up points. And I feel like Georgia's defense will be able to hone in and make a few stops on the Mississippi State's offense, take advantage of that. I feel like Georgia could blow this team out on the road and really make a statement that, hey, everyone wants to talk about Alabama. Everyone wants to talk about A&M. We're still the dogs, baby. So give me Georgia on the spot. I like them a lot.
The
All right, now we're doing college ball. We got to talk some NFL. This episode is a little rushed. I'm very, very busy this week, so we're just going to try and get it out. It's going to only be 30 minutes, 20-something minutes, so sorry about that, guys. We're not going to get too many long, winded-out takes here, but we will get some very good stuff here. All right, how about quality over quantity? That's what we're going to do here. So, Colts, NFL recap. Colts got absolutely checked this weekend. 6 turnovers? 7 turnovers? 6, 7. That is crazy. You look at that and you see, damn, the Colts are very undisciplined, and they were. I mean, Daniel Jones threw, 2 picks? He fumbled it 4 times. A bad game from Daniel Jones. And if it was any team, if it was a team with a young quarterback guy like Drake May or someone that's been showing signs of being really, really good and has been good all year long, I'd be like, all right. But Daniel Jones, we've seen how he has played before, so it's definitely concerning when he reverts back to that. But I think the Colts will be fine. The Steelers took away their run game, which made Daniel Jones' life very, very miserable. And after 10 weeks, NFL teams realized that, hey, if you stop the run, Daniel Jones is going to have to work a little harder. They took away Tyler Warren. They took away some of his first reads. They made Daniel Jones' life rough. But I'm sure the Colts will bounce back. I like all the talent they had. They just added Sauce Gardner. Defense should be straight. I mean, even though I don't even like their defense as much as really, I think their offense covers up a lot of their defense's flaws. But adding a guy like Sauce Gardner on the outside is going to take a lot of pressure off Kenny Moore. Should make the plays easier for Andrew Bynum. You have a ton of talented ball takers there that can get takeaways. So what if Sauce Gardner can't get the takeaways? He's going to play very, very good defense, and he's going to limit teams' other number ones. He's going to make life very difficult for other teams, so I'm happy that they went and got him because that shows that they are very serious. And the 2 first-round picks, they are valuable. The NFL, it's not the NBA where you're like, all right, we're picking at the back half of the draft. The NFL, the 22nd pick could end up becoming the best player in the draft. So those picks, it sucks getting away, but for a player like Sauce Gardner, who's already proven under contract, I think it's a home run for the Colts. Now, crazy game. Craziest game of the week, Bears-Bengals. Ton of points scored. The Bears were up, then they weren't, and then they were. Oh my gosh, what a game, man. What a freaking game. We're up in Chicago right now, so I felt appropriate I talk about it. Joe Flacco balled. Caleb Williams made a ton of big plays. But the guy that made the game-winner, Colston Loveland, everyone's been hating on him, but he comes out and makes a game-winning play when the lights are the brightest. The moment was big. He took it to the house. He broke 2 tackles, 60 yards. What a play from the lad, man. That's one of those plays that you really can build upon as a football player and build yourself into something more. So good for him. He's going to keep getting better and better. I don't really understand why everybody was like, oh, Tyler Warren. I love Tyler Warren. I think he's a great tight end. I think he's a top 5 tight end in the NFL now, but they know what they're doing. They know what they wanted in Colston Loveland. And I can tell you what, if you want to compare them to, Colston Loveland is more of a guy, like if I was going to compare someone, he's more like a Travis Kelce, Darren Waller guy. He'll block for you too, don't get me wrong, but he is a receiving nightmare. And then Tyler Warren's more of a jack of all trades. He's like a George Kittle, a guy that's going to be in there. He's going to get his hands dirty. He's going to make it very, very ugly. Great blocker, but he's also just a gadget that could play everywhere. That's what Tyler Warren is. So the Bears needed the receiving threat more, and Colston Loveland's going to come through. Trust me, he's going to make a ton of big plays for the Bears, and he's only getting started. So the Bears are finally going to get him involved. DJ Moore had a good game. Roman Dunze had no catches, and they put up 47 points. That was crazy. And Kyle Monungai, balled. T. Higgins, balled. Crazy game, and it was one of the most fun games of the season so far. So credit to both teams because that was a shootout, baby. That was a barn burner. Now, going on from that game, we got to talk some football, some Sunday night football. Seahawks. I'm going to say I think they're the best team in the NFL right now. Sam Darnold looks ridiculous. They just add Rashid Shaheed, who should be absolutely insane in that offense. You have Jackson Smith, Cooper Kupp, Horton, with Elijah Arroyo and Barner, the receiving threats in the run game that they have. Dog, that is a scary offense. Don't even get me started on the defense. You have the best defensive mind in football. I'm saying it. Mike McDonald's the best defensive mind in football. What he can do with a defense is crazy. It is ridiculous. That defense is very, very scary. You have so much talent over that team. They're in the NFC West. They are a team, in my opinion, that could make noise, and I think that they are the best team in football right now. They're a team that really, they get it. They have a bunch of talent, man. If Sam Darnold can keep playing at this pace, the sky's the limit. Because this guy has been playing ridiculous. So The more comfortable he gets with Jackson Smith, the more comfortable he gets with his receivers, and the more comfortable he gets in this offense, the better it's going to get. I like the Seahawks a lot. I think they look like the best team in football right now. They have some tough stretches coming up, though. The question is, how will they respond to these tough stretches? They're going to play their division opponents. They're going to play the Rams. They're going to play the Niners. Pretty sure they play the Colts. They have a ton of tough games. So how will they respond? We'll see, man. We will definitely see, because that is a team that I love. Now, the last thing we're talking about is the Bills doing Bills things, and they always do it. They beat the Chiefs in the regular season. The Chiefs lose a game. Who would have thought? I thought the Chiefs were going to win out, but you know what? It was just a game with the Bills. The Bills had a perfect game plan, man. They scored on a lot of drives. They didn't make too many mistakes. They didn't have too many turnovers. They played smart, efficient football, and that's exactly what you need to do to beat a team like the Chiefs. Not too many penalties, very smart football, and they made all the right plays. And unfortunately for the Chiefs, the time ran out, and they just started off too slow, man. The Bills played a great game. Credit to them, and the Bills are once again look solid after three L's in a row, or 2 L's in a row. No, they're not coming off 2 L's in a row. But before that, they lost to the Falcons, lost to the Patriots. I think they won a game, or bye week then won a game. So kind of regaining that momentum from the start of the season. The Bills look very, very good, and now they have a stretch where they get to play a very weak Dolphins team. As a Dolphins fan, we are gonna die, and they have a stretch where they can make a push for first in the division, because the Patriots are holding that right now, but the Bills have some unfinished business with them. So we're really shaping up for a good last 2 months of football in the AFC East. Now let's get into our picks for the week. So starting off, Chargers Steelers Sunday Night Football. I'm taking the Steelers +3. I feel like the Chargers are really banged up. Joe Alt got hurt, which definitely hurts their offense. We saw them without Joe Alt. Justin Herbert is going to get eaten alive by this pass rush. TJ Watt, Highsmith, come on, guys. The Steelers pass rush should win this game alone. They're going to put Herbert in a bunch of uncomfortable spots. They should be able to stop the run. I like the Steelers in the spot. I think that with all the injuries, it's going to be a low-scoring affair, but I'm going to take the team to 3 points. I know what I'm going to get out of TJ Watt, so give me the Steelers here. Now, I like Detroit -5.5 versus Washington. Washington's banged up. Their season's over. Jane Daniels is out for a long time. They're just not really playing for anything, where Detroit's coming off a loss. They play typically well off a loss. I expect them to bounce back in a huge way, especially the way they did lose. I think that they are going to bounce back. They're going to make a statement here. I expect them to blow the doors off this team. Give me Detroit -5.5. Now, another one is going to be Baltimore 4.5 against Minnesota. I feel like Baltimore is in a spot where Lamar Jackson's going to make a ton of plays, even though I'm not too fond of the Ravens' defense. The Dolphins had a bunch of self-inflicted wounds on Thursday night. I still think that the Ravens can outshoot this team, and I like Lamar Jackson. He looked very, very comfortable. He looked very poised. I think Derrick Henry's going to get going. So give me the Ravens here in the spot. Now, our last one that we will talk about, like I said, we're firing off these, is Packers -2.5 versus Eagles. All right. I know the Eagles are plus money. Well, that's crazy. No, it's not. The Eagles haven't looked good. They're coming off a bye. I expect them to come out slower. The Packers are coming off a bad loss. Bad loss to the Panthers. So look at that, and you say, all right, damn, who's going to respond? And I think that the Packers are going to respond. They're at home, Lambeau. I think the guys are going to get after it. I think they're going to put the Eagles in a tough spot. They're going to give them a game. They're going to give them a game here. I like the Packers in the spot. I think that they are a very dangerous team, especially coming off a loss. I expect Jordan Love to have a game. So give me the Packers in the spot. I love them here. And yeah, it's going to be our picks for the week, man. The biggest in it. And we are really just kind of firing off these, and it is what it is, man. We got to get through the show quick, so we're just firing them off. And here we go. Offensive dogs or players of the week. Dogs of the week, players of the week. 5, here we go. Any offensive player in the Bears-Bengals game. Easily a dog of the week. Come on, they scored 47 points. That is just ridiculous. Guys, we're putting up basketball game numbers. Come on. That is crazy, and that was just a fun game. So you gotta give credit to both offenses. The defense, on the other hand, now, another one, we're going to go to college really quick. We're going to go to our one college player dog of the week. It's going to be Kelvin Jennings from SMU. I hate it. I hate it as a Hurricanes fan, but guys, my dog was literally on his ankle. He was limping. He couldn't walk. He was on the sideline laid out in pain. And he said, I need to do the shit for Southern Methodist University, baby. He put the team on his back. He made a ton of big plays, and he played a heck of a game. Got to give credit where credit's due. He put the team over himself. Selfless plays. So Calvin Jones, you deserve to be on this list, unfortunately. Now, Sam Darnold, obviously, the game he had was ridiculous. He looked absolutely phenomenal. He deserves to be on this list. He went, 16-16 in the first half, 17-17 at one point. That is crazy. So let's give credit where credit's due. Sam Darnold is that guy. Now, two more, and that is going to be Rico Dowdle and J.J. McCarthy. Rico Dowdle, guys, he carried the team. He put the team on his back. He had a big run to get them in field goal range. Ran for over 100 yards again versus a very, very good Packers defensive line. Like, come on. That guy's ridiculous, man. And it's crazy. He was a backup. So, Rico Dowdle used his list. And J.J. McCarthy beating a divisional rival as 10-point underdogs. Man, that is crazy. J.J. McCarthy came back, and he looked like he didn't miss a beat. He looked like week one J.J. McCarthy, and he kept his foot on the gas pedal, and they won. And they won a huge game for them to keep their season alive. So J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings are hanging around, and they're still in the division race. Now, that is going to be the episode, guys. I know it was short, kind of disappointing. Our shortest one to date, but man, I'm tired. I have been doing a lot of stuff. Just wanted to get the episode out there. So, thank you guys so much for watching, man. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a good one. We're going to try to get the episodes longer. We're going to try to get someone else on here. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.